Hello everyone to another Catan video. So I am in the first position and I can see a few decent spots available on this board. Not a lot of ore, only a 6 tile. Apart from that, we just have 2 and 3. A decent amount of wheat and sheep. Also a decent amount of wood and brick on this board. I do like the 659 spot quite a bit. It is the strongest producing spot. But I like the 693 style as well. Gets me a decent wood, little sheep, and the best ore tile on the board. 8510 and 834 are also decent. But at this point, I think I will just grab the best ore and point to the left. Going for 834 was also a decent pick, I believe, because you are so close to the wheat port and you have the 8 wheat. So yeah, I think red can go for either 695 or 834 and point to the right. Eight four ten is also a decent spot, but you end up with a lot of sheep and wood, and the two resources are not very complementary to each other. The problem with 659 is if you point your road to the right, somebody can place on 6 11 12 and cut you off immediately. So you would want to point your road either upwards, which is never a best or never a good option. Red does go for 695 and points to the left. So red can now build either on 510 or try reaching the brick port. I would be more than happy if I am able to get the 510 4 spot. I will be able to get decent amount of wheat and sheep along with the ore that I already have. Although I have a lot of wood on that in that position, but I think I can just build on the 810 or on the 3:1 port at the 3 sheep tile and make use of it. Here gray goes for 8510. I don't think that was the best option there, but now I think yellow will surely go for 834 and wow, yellow here goes for 5-2. Very surprising. Yeah, I think red is equally amused as I am, and now goes for 5-4-10. I don't like that setup at all by yellow. Gray here can go for 6-11-12 or maybe 8-3-4 is also a pretty strong setup, I would say. Although they are playing with no ore, but they have a decent production of all four resources. And then red will surely go for 8-3-4 on the right. Gray here goes for 6-3-11. These are very surprising placements. Yeah, red has to go for 8-3-4. That's the best setup that they can get. I can myself go for 8-3-4 here, or I can go for something like 10-3-11, grabbing a decent amount of wheat and some more ore. I So 8-3-4, the numbers are just too good to just let it go. But then I am playing only with sheep, wood, and ore, and those resources are very difficult to move. Like have a strong setup further on in the game. I can go for something like 9-12, but again, I don't think that's a good setup per se. So I do like the 6-3-11 here. I can point to the left and then I have option of expanding on 9-4-11 as well as 9-10-2. So that seems a decent option to begin with. Yeah, overall, I am not sure if this was the strongest setup that I can go for. The placements by by yellow and gray are really surprising, I would say for sure. Doesn't make a lot of sense, especially yellow's setup. But I think yellow will be able to get the 8-3-4 as well, so they can grow. Do let me know what you think about my setup in the comments, and do let me know if you would have done something differently. Yeah. At this point, I'll just end my turn and see how things move ahead. Red is surprised with yellow setup, I believe. No 6, no 8, and that's what he's mentioning. Red does start with an early dev card, so that is surely something we need to keep a track of. I believe I would be able to get a city if a 6 or a 3 rolls now. Instead, I roll a 10. Let's see if anybody wants a sheep, or sorry, wants a wheat. I wouldn't mind trading it away just yet. Yeah, seems like yellow is taking quite some time to decide what they want to do. I am not sure what my best option is at this point. Yeah, yellow doesn't want a word for sure. Nobody wants a word. Let me see if I can get a sheep somehow. Yellow wants a brick. I don't produce any brick. I can offer a wheat. So if I get a sheep, I will go for a dev card. Um, I can offer an ore. Yeah, at this point, I think I'll just accept that trade. Although I am giving yellow ore, but yeah, I am able to get a dev card, and I'm pretty sure the 6 ore will be blocked quite a lot. Yeah, so these early 11s have been good for me and Gray. Gray getting a brick on each 11 roll, and I am getting a wheat. I don't mind offering 2 wheat for a brick. Well, that's a pretty strong trade for yellow. So now Gray surely would be targeted quite a bit, especially because they have the wood port and they produce wood on the 6 tile. Let's see if anybody wants a wheat. I might, at this point, I might not accept a 2:2, but I will surely convert my wheat into a brick and build towards the ore port. I think that's very important for me. And red getting the wheat port will also be a very strong setup for red. Another 6 rolls here. That's pretty good. Um, but I'll just hold on to these cards. I think red should be pretty close to getting their settlement, or because they would have, I believe, all 4 resources, but they don't. Seems like they don't have a brick. That would be my guess. Should be blocking the 5 wheat here. Gray should be blocking 5 wheat, but could target me on the 6 ore. That seems very likely. Yeah, does target the 5 wheat. Steals from yellow. I am completely okay with that. I would have liked if it was red, but yellow is a fine target as well. And at this point, I do have my city in hand, so I will be able to get an early city. I do roll a 3, so that's pretty good as well. I get a wheat and a sheep and a ore. But at this point, I'll just build my city and end my turn here. It's surprising that 12s are rolling this often, but that's how it is sometimes. Yeah, does block the 10 wheat and steals from gray. I'm completely okay with that offer, that knight being played by red. A little surprised that red played the knight after rolling the die. So if a 5 had rolled, they would have lost on a wheat there. So yeah, gray does target me and unfortunately takes my steals my sheep. Not what I would have liked. So gray will get another dev card in this turn for sure. Oh, so gray does a 4:1 and holds on to a brick. So I don't produce any brick. So if I target gray, I should be able to. There is a 25% chance I am able to get a brick from gray. I get a sheep instead, which is fine. I roll another 7, so I would want to continue targeting gray here. Unfortunately, I am not able to get any break out of it. So I'll just get a dev card. I get a victory point. That's not what I was looking for. I don't like getting victory points early on in the game because they do tend to slow your setup down quite a bit. Like something like a knight or a year of plenty is any day stronger. Red ends their turn with 7 cards in hand, so that surely is a risk that red is willing to take. So if a 7 is rolled, red will lose quite a few cards. Instead, a 10 rolls. Let's see if it can get a break. I believe red does have 2 bricks in hand because a 9 was rolled, and red is willing to do a 1:1. That's very good. So I'll get my brick or get my settlement on the ore port and end my turn here. So now whenever a 6 rolls, I will be able to get 3 ores. That's pretty strong for me. I would want to build a settlement on the 834 now, but I will be competing with yellow, so that seems a little unlikely that I'll be able to win that race. Now red is in a very strong position, and so is green. So I would surely like to target those two. Wow, red also gets a city. Wow, that's really strong for red. So red has a lead when it comes to victory points played. Sorry, when it comes to knights played. Already has a city and the wheat port. with a very strong wheat production. So on my turn, I would love to roll a 7 here, and I will surely block gray. Surely block steal from red. Instead, I roll a 5. That doesn't help me at all. I'll just end my turn here. Not much that I can do with the cards I have in hand. Let's see what red is doing. Red rolls a 6. That does give me 3 ores. So 6 is a very strong roll for me, for sure. Another 6 is rolled. So now I wouldn't want any 7s to roll. Gray accepts a 2:1 there. So I get a wood and a wheat for a single ore. That is really nice. Although Gray gets a city in return, but I think that's a pretty strong trade for me. Unfortunately, a 7 is rolled, and I will just have to give away my cards. So that trade does turn out to be bad trade for me. But if a 7 hadn't rolled, that would have been really nice. So in any case, I will be able to get a city this turn because I have exactly the cards that I need to get a city in hand. At 2 rolls, that's a pretty good roll for yellow. Gives yellow 2 ores. Red gets another dev card, so red surely now has a very strong lead when it comes to getting the largest army. I'm surprised with these uh, trades that Gray is doing. Gray just did a 4:1 and converted all their sheep and all their wheat into a single sheep. Another 5 rolls here. Let's see if I can get a brick for wood. Gray accepts it. At this point, I will first. It's difficult for me to get to the 834, especially if I'm competing with yellow. I can just build on the 9411 tile. That would be decent for me. So I'll do that. And this just gives me an option to sneakily get the longest road if I get a road building or some card like that. And I also end my turn with no cards in hand. So although red did roll a 6, sorry, a 7, blocking me doesn't affect me in any way. Red will not be able to steal anything from me. So another 7 rolls here. Should be blocking the 5 wheat. I think 5 wheat is the only option where it's beneficial to gray in any way. Yeah, it does do that. It should be stealing from red, but steals from yellow. I don't like that option. Yellow in turn just plays a knight and That's completely fine. Blocking the 6 wood is pretty strong, especially because yellow is able to roll a 6 immediately afterwards. So both red and grey lose 2 wood each. 5 is rolled. Not much that I can do here. I might just offer an ore, but that seems to be. I mean, ore is a rare resource for both red and grey, so I wouldn't want to offer it so easily. And that doesn't even. I don't know what I will be getting in return, which would be useful to me. So, based on that logic, I'll just hold on to 3 ores. I wouldn't mind doing a brick for wood trade. Uh, I will ask for a sheep as well. I mean, that does seem to be a perfect trade for me. If red offers it again, I will accept it. So I'm offering the same trade that red offered, especially because they did not accept my trade first, my counter trade. Yeah. So red just built a road and got a dev card. Not sure what Grey wants to do here, but I might accept that trade if I get 2 cards in return. But I don't think so. Grey will be able to give me a sheep. They don't produce any just yet. Yeah, so these 5s are pretty nice for everyone except for me. I don't get any cards, and that does help yellow the most. Yellow gets their city, that is completely okay by me. So at this point, I think I'll just do a 2:1, get a sheep, and get another settlement. Again, I do end with 0 cards in hand, so even if a 7 is rolled, I am not very worried. And the 6 has been blocked for quite some time now. If red plays a knight, that would surely have been a mistake. I'm not doing a 1:1 for sure. I don't mind doing a 2:1 here. So seems like red does not have a knight. So it could easily be 2 victory points there for red. So my target is just get a city and then connect my 2 settlements, get the longest road. So I do have all the cards that I need to get a city now. All I need is 2 roads. Plays a monopoly before rolling the die. D- did yellow just do that? Or am I missing something? Oh no, it was yellow who rolled an 11. Okay, so that was completely my mistake there. Uh, Yellow plays a monopoly on ore and then trades in all the ore for a wool just to build a road and settlement. I don't think that's the right move. I, on my turn, do roll a 3. So I can get 2 dev cards here. I'm thinking if I do have anything better that I can do with it. Let me see if I can get 2 bricks. I don't. Let me see if I can get any brick at all. I do know that the 11 rolled, so Grey does have quite a few bricks here. Yeah, Grey wants 2 cards. I'm not accepting that in any case. So at this point, I don't think I can do much. I'll just go for a dev card. I get a knight. Not what I'm looking for now. At this point, I think victory points would be good. A Year of Plenty is pretty strong. So Year of Plenty basically makes sure that I can get the two roads that I want. And the knight is decent just for me to move the robber away if I am blocked. So red does get the a 9 does roll, so that does give me 3 woods. So I can play my Year of Plenty next turn and connect my 2 settlements. Um, I might do something like a 1:2 here, or I can actually even ask for a ore because a 3 just rolled. This seems fair to me as well. So seems like red just won the game. So that is a mistake on my part. Yeah, red is on 8 points, and now I believe red will be able to get 2 roads and win the game. So that's just GG. Yeah. So surely a mistake on my end there. So yeah, but that's how it is. Sometimes I didn't. Yeah. So my setup wasn't bad. I should not have accepted the trade in the end. I became a little greedy. And especially because I knew red had 2 victory points, I should have kept that in mind before accepting the trade. So surely a mistake on my part. I had a very good chance of winning the game if I had not accepted that trade. So yeah. So there, in the end, being greedy just affected me and ended up, and I ended up being on the second position. I did have a good setup, a decent setup, I would say. I was lucky with the rolls. Let's see. Yeah, red wasn't stolen from even once. I think that's also something that should have been considered. Yeah, 6 did roll quite a bit. So did 9s, 10s, 11s, and 3s. So all of them were decent rolls for me. 8 also rolled quite a bit. 8 and 5 were also a decent rolls, but I didn't get anything out of it. So that's fine. I mean, overall, the rolls do follow a decent bell curve in this game. No complaints on that part. I do gain around 1 elo. Shouldn't affect my ranking a huge amount. Yeah, I'm at 863 now. So yeah, but that mistake did affect. I think I could have been, instead of getting something like 1 elo, I should have gotten at least 9 or 10 if I would have won the game. But that's how it is. Sometimes you just lose track of what's going on, and being greedy did affect me in the end. Anyways, bye for now, and see you again in the next video.